They're able to do that creative things. They're able to make those movies happen. They're able to shine into the world as a person who came out of nothing and made something. Like rag to riches stories, you can see from this Dhanishta Nakshatra. From this Nakshatra, there are like two polar opposites that will be born. One who will become from rag to riches, rag to billionaire. The other from a billionaire to a sadhu, billionaire to a spiritual monk. This is a very transformative nakshatra, and I told you.
So over here, Dhanishta Pada 1, very transformative. And you're going to be in the 7th house. You're going to receive it from the 7th house. So from the 12th to the 7th, this is 8 houses away. This is going to be 8 houses away from Venus, which means this is going to be the transformation that you're going to receive from the opposite of you, which is going to be someone imposing themselves as your relationship partner, which is going to be government, ruled by Pluto, trying to get in your subconscious, with Mercury here, talking to each other, where these two cannot ignore each other, because they are also polar opposites at this position. Mercury is moving fast, so in a couple of days it'll be out of here. But this is where they're direct opposite each other. Dhanishta Pada 1 is statistically, what Kapil Raj will say, statistically, this is the rarest nakshatra as anyone's ascendant in birth charts. This is where people are least likely to be born, at this particular spot right here. The least statistical representation of being alive, of being here on this earth, in any time or in any way. Because this is the nakshatra of people who can transform themselves, and few can do that nowadays, because they're not given any knowledge in previous life to have accomplished something, to have this today. It's the select few nakshatra. It's the select few pada. And this is Saturn. And this is Saturn, Mars, and Sun, where Sun is given extra importance here. Sun, don't forget, is here in Ashlesha, which is the Mercurian snake. Okay, the serpentine energy, which is going to fuel Cancer. Give fuel, give energy to Cancer, which is rushing water. Again, rushing water, which is going to be the religion of the day, of your day. Because it's in Pisces. These two, this is going to, where the ocean is, this is where it's going to shine and present itself. Because this is the first house, fifth house in Scorpio, with Anuradha there, and Pisces, the 9th house. From Pisces' point of view, this is the first house, this is the 5th house. The 5th house where Pisces will shine. Pisces will show itself, which is discipline and your imagination, both in emergency mode. All right, moving on. Uttara Falguni, more sun energy. What does this say? Uttara Falguni Pada 1 is doing the work, creating something for the kingdom, the society, the business, the country, the job, the body, or the body of law, the purpose, attending to the mundane details of purpose to build the grand scheme. Here. Where's Leo? Leo, right here. So you went from Mercury to Saturn, now to Leo. Leo, which is Sun. Uttara Falguni, which is Sun. And then you have here Jupiter. So Sagittarius and Pada 1. So here you have the Sun with the Sun sign and the tiniest sliver meeting up with the tiniest sliver of the Sun's nakshatra. So this here is a window, in the same way as this is a window, where Mercury governs the sunrise point in the material world. Mercury governs your finances, your financial source, your source of wealth in your chart. If you're born in the transition of suns of pre and post sunrise and pre and post sunset. Okay, Mercury governs your wealth source here because it's a transition point. And Mercury is all about communicating between the realms. And according to Kapil Raj, if you listen to his Nakshatra video on Uttara Falguni Pada 1, this is the sun is fixed fire, so it's self-expression. It is your point of shine, of expressing yourself to the public or to be noticed by others. And here in Uttara Falguni is the sun being the king and beginning the work of spreading out resources. This is your morals directing where resources go, directing where your kingdom goes. This is you being the leader. JFK saying we're going to go to the moon. Okay, even Trump saying we're going to go to Mars, which is a whole different subject all on its own. This is Teddy Roosevelt saying the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Abe Lincoln with his Gettysburg Address. I'm not saying that happened at that time. I haven't looked into it, but this is that point of directing the nation, directing the country, directing attention. Maybe not resources, but attention. This is philosophy, social contract, social relationship between the leader and the faith of the people. Okay, what are you going to do to nourish faith? Giving people more awareness of their actions rather than of your own. That's what this leadership here does. Thus, this is the sun sign with the sun's nakshatra with the energy of faith. Sagittarius being the sign of Jupiter and Zeus. Zeus is the imposer god, the imposer, the new face of God, supplanting Saturn, the new face of trust, because anything religious, any god is a religion of trust. Any god is an image of trust. And his image of Zeus is plastered all over art for the past 2,000 years as the father. Where you go from this and this and this and this to this and to this and to this and of course to this caricature, which is basically this, who's the father of Jesus, or son of the Zeus. Zeus is succession. This is the third step of the event, trusting the new trust. Establishing trust for the new trust instrument. Ashvini Pada 2. Ashvini Pada 2 is physician to the gods. Pada 2, this one, with Taurus energy. So you have Mars with Ketu, and over here you have again Venus. You have again Venus. And over here you have again another Venus energy in the form of Taurus, resources. With this one, Aries is about Mars, Martian energy of pushing, of drive, initiation, and impulse action, of just basic energy to do things. Mars is about the energy from inside of you doing something. And Aries is right next to Revati, which is the 12th house, which is coming from emergency and dissociation into the body, where you are better than the emergency, so you want to help those who are in trouble. So Mars is about coming out of distress and wanting to move forward, but you still care. Here you still care, because this is you being alert after sleeping, being alert and conscious after sleeping. So here you have in the pt2 with Venus energy, where this one here says pt1, I'm going to jump in and help someone direct right now. Just go in because they need help. Me and my body. No consideration, no thought of my own safety. Venus is, wait a minute, someone's in trouble. Who is the best resource allocation I can find who can do the job better than just me? So here is about the resources. When it comes to this time period, when the emergency happens, someone's going to come in from the outside, communicate with you in the media, saying, who can help you? Who is the best resource that can help you? Who is the preferred? Whereas this is purpose, this is preference. Right here. Because it is Venus oriented. It's about your preferences. Everything that you experience, all your sensory input, Venus is what you prefer. Venus is the next step out, and it's what you prefer out of those experiences. The things you prefer, the things that you want to keep as your own, rather than being open to everything, which is Mercury. Transition point. Open to everything. That's what Mercury is about. Venus is the next step up, which is preference. And because of this energy, they're going to give you the people who are better involved. And being the 12th house, it won't be government. It'll be the preferred resources. It's going to be the non-governmental agencies. For they have the better resources than the government does. They're going to say that anyway. Because they're going to say they have the better resources than the government does. But government will come if the people reject the policies of the government. Government will come and impose itself if popular rejection is against those policies. Government will come in as FEMA. This is where that energy comes into play at this time. Because this is not the first step. Because we're at the beginning point here of the experience. It's not the first step after that, or the second step. It's the third step. The fourth point, the third step. This is where FEMA comes in. Because government is the dead entity that has been given life all this time, and it is fat, and it must remain existent now in order to help you. Because it's there to, quote unquote, be there for you. When no, it's not. It's there to get fat off of you. It's dependent on you. Now comes the last part. Anurada pt3.